Welcome to the last show match of the Learning 5 season. My name is Can Opener Dude. I am possibly joined here by Niberia, and we're here to bring you the bronze/silver finals of the tournament between two teams that names I did know but no longer know. Brain Cells MIA and Joe's Harem. We already got the bands coming out fast and furious here. Niberia's power just went out, so
So
I will
I'm
be
stepping
joined
in.
by this guy.
Yes, it is I, Penguin God, here for the time being while Nibiria's power gets back on, I guess, because lol. I guess I get to change the caster tags, but we'll see here. Um, Anyway,
Actually,
we have the pickup bands going down fairly quick. They have already finished it in pro drafts, so the bands and picks you see, well, the picks you see here will be going in order of their respective laners, but the bands will be going out how they did it in pro draft, it seems. So the Malzahar, Jin, Warwick bands coming out for Team Brain Cells MIA, and the Janna Oriana Zaya bands coming out for Team Joe. I think they call it Joe's Harem.
yeah, something like that. Not really a whole lot to say about these bands. Mazahar, pretty strong right now. Oriana, always a solid pick. But generally speaking, just, kind of pushing out some of the power, some of the champions that are just solid champions right now. Locking in that Darius first pick, is he good now? Because I don't know off the top of my head. Um, Trundle, these are champions that can play in the top lane, right?
Yeah. Darius and Trundle do have the capability to go in the top lane. You are
Mm-hmm.
correct in that statement. Darius is kind of like a solo queue special, where if you one trick him and you get really good at him, you can carry games. But like even so, you still have to get really good at him. Trundle has shown um, a lot of potential in these Banner of Command games because he just does so much damage to them and gets on them fairly easily. Crazy Braids does pick up the Maokai, and Master Scout Timo, which is Null's secondary account, is going to play a Master Yi in the jungle. Master Yi just recently got buffed, so we'll have to see how that
Hey,
impacts the game.
okay.
Yeah, he did. His passive on his E got buffed, and I think the damage on his Alpha Strike got buffed as well.
No, that will definitely affect him there. Alpha Strike being the primary means of his accelerated jungle clearing. So I'm excited to see how it performs going forward with that. LeBlanc and Xerath going to be our mid laners here. That looks like a bit of a mismatched mid lane here. Xerath obviously going to pretty much dominate the pre-6 phase here. Until LeBlanc can start roaming, there's really not a whole lot they can do against Xerath unless they really get in on them. The Xerath mispositions very badly.
Yeah, the Zera can stay pretty far back, but LeBlanc has that dash and or double dash, um, depending on how she wants to play that. Um, and we'll have to see how she uses that in this lane and in the mid game. Xerath will be able to poke from afar, but he doesn't really have any good way to protect himself. Now, he does have a Maokai Darius that can protect him as well. But we also will see in just a second, we'll see Vayne coming out from Bartholomew Cow. That'll be a nice hyper carry.
Spoilers.
I know, spoilers. It's not like we don't see her. Excuse me, it's not like we already know it or anything, but we are going to do some Vayne spotting in this game. Um, so hopefully we could see a lot of carry potential coming out from Bartholomew Cow's Vayne and then Nautilus. I always love seeing Nautilus support.
Yeah, both of these bot lanes are playing very similar play styles. They're late game hyper carry type champions, Trasan and Vayne both. And then you got the support Nautilus and the support Braum, both very big, beefy frontline type characters. They're both very disruptive. In fact, their ultimates serve more or less the same purpose. Nautilus is a bit more targeted, whereas Braum is a bit more just hit everyone, obviously. But generally speaking, both these bot lanes are going to be playing the same way, trying to play it a little bit safer in the early game unless they can make a very obvious pick, and then try and scale up the mid game into late game. Meanwhile, the mid lane is going to be doing more or less the same thing. Xerath is going to try, Febby Flames Darks is going to be trying to take over this mid lane pre-6 until LeBlanc gets that double dash that we talked about. So once LeBlanc gets that, Xerath is going to need to fall back and just kind of poke from long range. But until that, they've got a very strong foundation. And without any CC on the jungler, it's going to be very difficult to gank the Xerath early. But I think most of the early game action is going to be up in this top lane between these two bruisers. And then as the game progresses, we're going to see the Vayne and Tristana start to step up.
I do agree. Vayne early on doesn't do a whole lot. I think there's Tristana, and Vayne both need to get to at least level 3 before they can really start showing their true
Mm-hmm.
potential. Vayne likes to hit level 6 before she really starts to go in. You do make a good point that the Darius is going to be the turning point for Braincell's MIA. He has to be able to match Trundle and beat him in the split push and in the team fights. He has to be the one to control this Trundle, control where he can and can't go. So we have to see how he fares in lane. We'll see what he takes for a Keystone, but he did take Flash Ignite, so he will not have to teleport. And I want to point out that Epic Joe's team here, Joe's Harem, has 2 teleports on the Trundle and the LeBlanc. So they have so much map pressure. They have so many ways to get places where they physically wouldn't normally be able to. And Braincell's MIA has to play around that. They have to be able to rotate themselves, get in better places, know where the enemy team wants to be and when they want to be there, so that they can match that.
Yeah, so let's hope their brain cells aren't in fact MIA during this game because they're certainly going to be using them. So I think we should let the spectator delay count down here and we'll get right into game. What do you say?
I agree.
All right, then that's what we're going to do. We'll see y'all in a couple minutes here. I'm going to go throw my dog in a cage in the meantime so he doesn't try and jump on my face while I'm casting. So see you guys in a couple minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show match. I am again Can Opener Dude. Nigeria has again lost power, so I will hopefully be joined here by Penguin God shortly. Wait. Oh,
Okay.
and they paused.
They paused anyway. It's fine.
Yes,
I had to tab into OBS. Everything's fine.
All right, we're good. We're good. So, bug splat. This looks like there was a bug splat.
It's
Happening
fine. It's
in
fine.
Yeah.
We got a bug splat in game, and Nibiria's power went bug splat. So
It's a thing.
This is great. This is the greatest show match that I've ever been a part of. God, I love it. We have 3 casters. I guess, you know what? I'm gonna do something here.
You know, this is great. This is why we gave Penguin this this incredible sort of responsibility of being the streamer and the tech manager coordinator guy, because we know that he's reliable and he's a caster, so he can always jump in and help us out. So thank you, Penguin. I'm not looking at Twitch chat right now, but I would like to see some hashtag thank you penguins in the Twitch chat here for Penguin God for being such an amazing person. So
Okay, we got the reconnect. That's all that matters right now. There we go.
Right.
I changed
So,
I changed the caster tags to Niberia/Penguin God ?
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I'll go ahead and introduce the teams. On the blue side, on Team Brain Cells MIA, we've got Arcane93 in the top lane, Crazy Brazy in the jungle, Heavy Flames Darks in the mid lane, Bartholomew Cow on the ADC with the support, Sad Christmas, who is the sub. On the other side, we got Team
You're not gonna let me?
Harem.
Come on, man.
You want to do it? Okay, go. Tell teams the Harem red team or whatever they're called.
On the red side, we have Joe's Harem with Dot Luminance.
Oh, that too.
Dot Luminance on Tron on the top lane, a 5-man, still like a 4.5-man stack. Down here in the bot lane of Master Scout Timo on the Yi, Penguins Mafia on the LeBlanc, Hello Jean on the Tristana, and Savage Garden supporting him on Braum. They have a 5-man stack going on in here. Hopefully this World Breaker Trundle gets breaking some skulls. They get spotted out though. They're gonna run away.
Yeah, this is looking like a bit of a weird sort of engage here. Savage Garden gonna get a Q off, but nothing else. Also, I should probably ask, I don't remember, are you color or play-by-play?
Both? This is gonna be real awkward because we're both flexing.
Yeah, okay, so, you were originally color, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, then you do color, I'll do play-by-play.
That works for me, Ken.
Because you actually know the meta, and I have no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna yell at what people are doing. So that sounds like fun.
That works for me. Alright, so we've got Penguins Mafia's LeBlanc taking Electrocute. That's actually pretty solid for LeBlanc. She procs that fairly easily. Some people take Aryan Comet, depending on your preference. Some people take the Sorcery Tree to try and get Ultimate Hat. It works, it's good, but I do like Electrocute way better. You get the sudden impact as well as basically everything else you need out of that. I'm also excited to see if Penguins Mafia goes that like lifesteal sustain build. That is possible. Or they could just go AD LeBlanc and call it good.
AD LeBlanc.
Yes, that is a thing.
I haven't been gone that long, have I?
No, it's mostly a very niche thing that only like 2 or 3 high-level players play. That being like Saint Vicious and God, what's his name? I forget his name, but one other person plays it, and they mostly play it in the top lane. But they play AD LeBlanc, and they just kite forever, and they have abilities that. Voyboy, yes, thank you.
Well.
Voyboy is the other one that does it.
Can they even be called pro players at this point? I mean how many years has it been since Saint Vicious and Voyboy have been in the pro scene?
Well, they are considered pros. They just aren't like active pro players, I guess.
That's a good point. Crazy Brazy and Master Scout Timo coming up here in the river. Heavy Flames Darks gonna flash in. Get the stun off. That's a full ability combo, but misses the Q. But the last auto attack comes out from Crazy Brazy to secure first blood for Febby Flames. I guess he got the final auto attack.
That is actually preferable because you don't really want kills on Maokai.
Yeah.
Maokai, all you're gonna do is just get tankier. You don't really have much of an impact out of the way. But I do want to mention that I don't think Master Scout Teemo. Actually, I will just call him Null because that's who he is. He never once Alpha Striked there, and I'm pretty sure he had it up. He had it available. He could have Alpha Strike during that entire thing to save himself from damage or some CC or something, but he just didn't use it. He seemed kind of lost.
He also did not flash. He did have flash up. May not have been much of a way to flash, but he always could have just, flashed towards his mid laner to see if they could help. But
Yeah.
really good by Febby there, being able to push the lane in as his jungler was in river. Make sure he had that lane priority, which is something that all coaches should be hitting on with their teams and learning fives. Lane priority is so important, especially when you're playing a jungler that does not have an escape the way Maokai does not have an escape, so that when you do go into that river, your team can respond before the enemy team can. Sorry, I kind of took a little color in there, but it's important to let people know. Up at the top lane, Dot Luminance and Arcane
Ooh, flash
fighting up
burn.
here. That's going to be a flash by Arcane. Dot Luminance, his sustain in this lane is going to be insane. Going back in, that's going to be the Ignite and the Bleed ticking down. This should not kill, but it'll be awfully close. Dot Luminance going to use Frozen Domain to make sure he gets that extra healing and survive. But Master Scout Teemo is up in the top lane now. They may be trying to get in on Arcane, but Arcane sniffs it out and decides to go ahead and go back.
Yeah, that was super close by both top laners there. Neither one of them really had a strict advantage there. Although Dot Luminance, when he had that pillar up and Arcane flashed, Arcane was still in the slow field of the pillar, and he could have very easily gotten the kill there. But now Fevy is just has absolute lane power because of those double buffs going towards him from Master Scout Team. Got Null, dying, and that just means that he's a 10 CS up at 5.5 minutes. That's a pretty solid gold lead. I do want to mention though, there's only one dematerializer in this entire game, and that's on Fevy, and that's gonna be used up as soon as he can. I'm sure. He's not. I guarantee you, he's not saving that last charge for a Baron empowered siege minion. Other than that, there's no one else in this game that has one, so they're going to be playing without dematerializers for any banner minions coming to this game.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting to see how it progresses. We have, of course, seen in pro games and solo queue games, we've seen how strong these Banner of Command Baron minions can be. They're basically better Tristanas in a way. So
Almost.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how these teams progress with that. I mean, obviously they're definitely going to be focusing Baron, but these teams don't really have Penguin Mafia going in, but he doesn't realize that Crazy Brazy is right there. He's gonna have to use his ultimate jump to get out of there. Does not need to burn the flash though, but has burned a teleport to get back into lane.
Yeah, he did burn teleport to get back into lane after he had just gone back. That doesn't give him any lane priority. It just means that he doesn't lose the even lane he has going, the relatively even lane he has going on right now. He's taking a lot of poke damage though. It seems like he is going the Gunblade build. Fevy is hitting a lot of his skill shots, which is going to be really good for him. He still has the last charge of his materializer. He might be saving that last one charge for a banner minion, but we're not sure yet. We'll have to see. Nola grabbing the blue buff.
Oh,
Feels bad.
That's a heartbreaker.
That feels really bad.
Yeah, that's going to be even worse. Penguins Mafia is so far behind at this point. Look at that, 53 to 32 CS. That's an almost 1,000 gold lead. It's about 800 right now. So very, very strong position for Fevy here. Penguins almost dying right now. He's going to have to get out of there. In the lane on the top lane, Arcane does have full stacks on here. If he has the ultimate,
I was going for it.
He's not going to be able to kill though.
No.
Thanks to the clutch King's Tribute? No, Subjugate.
There you go.
From Dot Luminance there. Subjugate. Man, I love Trundle's abilities names. He's got so many cool names.
Trundle is just, I feel, all around a pretty cool champion.
Yeah, he really is.
Just the way he plays, he whacks things over and over again, and that's kind of his shtick. And anyway.
Literally, his stick. He hits them with his stick. Crazy Brazy gonna come up here. They may look for a dive here. Diving onto Trundle may not be a good idea, but he does have the Pillar of Ice. He's gonna go ahead and flash the Apprehend. Arcane now tanking tower. Here comes Master Scout, Teemo, Knowles. There goes Crazy Brazy down. Arcane 93 is going to fall as well. That's a double kill for Knowles. He is now 2-in-1. A good turnaround for Knowles here after losing that early engage against the mid laner and jungler.
That was an absolutely botched dive by Crazy Brazy and Arcane there. It seems like they weren't sure if they were...
Mafia going to pick up the kill in the mid lane. Sorry about the interruption there, but very important that we highlight there that Penguins Mafia does get the solo kill onto Fevy. Fevy having such lane priority, now 30 farm ahead. Penguins Mafia picking up a kill, let him catch up a little. In the bot lane, the stun coming down on the Sad Christmas. Are they going to be able to pick us up? Savage Garden actually going down. That's going to be an ult blown to keep Bartholomew Cow away from Hello Jim. So actually a very nice turnaround there by Sad Christmas and Bartholomew Cow to pick up the kill onto Savage Garden. Action going on all over the map now. Gold is 100, no, not even, less than 100 between these two teams now.
Yeah, it's probably around 50, 55 gold between them. So, God, this is just such a close game. Almost really 10 minutes in. But I feel like Savage Garden and Hello Jin are just not on the same page there. I feel like Savage Garden wanted to fight where Hello Jin wasn't feeling it. 3 members sitting in base to heal up and get items, I guess. It's an interesting little interaction there. We had 2 people still chilling in base, but anyway, Hello Jin and Savage Garden just weren't on the same page there. Savage Garden wanted to fight. He had everything ready to go, but he just wasn't in the range to get supported by his AD carry. And so he just kept taking damage over and over again. And in the mid lane, what happened there was Fevy just not respecting Penguins Mafia because he was stomping him early. He is stomping him in CS, but
the damage from Penguins Mafia is starting to scale up. He's got the Hextech Revolver, which gives him that little plink from his auto attack that LeBlanc will always be using when they're going with that new rotation pattern since they changed how her burst works. Meanwhile, in the jungle, we see Crazy Brazy and Master Scout Teemo. It looks like the blue team is going to respond to this quicker. That's going to be a flash for flash Sad Christmas for a Knowles here, and the Blast Plant gets picked up as well. Savage Garden get to spot out this ward and pick it up. Flash for flash. Now they're going to Master Scout Teemo is going to need to watch his back. Knowles here is going to need to watch his back because without flash, it's certainly going to make him a little bit more vulnerable. But he's going to immediately go in on the Bartholomew Cow. Everyone jumping in there. Sad Christmas doing everything he can to heal off. He is going to fall here to Master Scout Teemo Knowles. The Meditate, followed by an Ignite, followed by a heal. They aren't going to be able to pick up that kill. Neither of Bartholomew Cow summoners burned. Both of them for Sad Christmas burn. Meanwhile, 3 summoners burn for the Joe's Harem side. Crazy Brazy coming down to make sure that Hello Jin and Master Scout Teemo do leave. Knowles deciding he doesn't want to go for Dragon after all.
No, his bot lane wasn't in position to help him out, and so he's deciding to grab that up, heal up a little bit off of that, and Fevy is going to see the ward coming down. And we see here that Dot Luminance is not very far behind, even though he kept getting pushed in by Arcane's Darius. He's just built so much armor that it's hard to deal with him. He can kill Arcane here. I don't think he recognizes that. He has a Subjugate available so that he can just wear down the resistances from Arcane, and he just has to pillar and run at him. That's it.
Yeah, he did use Pillar in a suboptimal position, so that might have been why he decided to not go for that there. But he's definitely going to want to be doing so soon. Otherwise, he completely resets the lane dominance that he had for that minute there. He's going to pick up this farm, though. That's the real power of Trundle, is the ability of Chomp to basically secure every last hit. Very nice. Let's see if Penguins Mafia actually manages to get this blue buff this time.
I hope so.
That Christmas, he's going to get pincered here if he's not careful. He's going into this wall, but both Penguins Mafia and Knowles not bothering to try and pincer this. Penguins coming in now, but I'm not sure if Fevy's going to be able to help him. No, he does eventually fall to Penguins Mafia, actually. That's a 2-0 LeBlanc now. Still almost 40 CS down, but those 2 kills are going to help ameliorate that a little bit. Only about 600 gold difference between these 2 mid laners.
Yep.
And
that
now
is
Penguins Mafia going in again. He's not going to get much damage there. Bartholomew Cow, he's going to need to burn Final Hour here to try and get out of here, but he may not even be able to. He does actually burn the heal, survives for just a second. Savage Garden going to try and hit it, but he accidentally hits the tower instead. But Dot Luminance able to come in here. Crazy Brazy does pick up Hello Jin. Savage Garden in a bit of a problem here. It's gonna be a flash by Crazy Brazy, not able to get onto him, but the cats do catch him, but he does hit him the opposite direction. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Dot Luminance here low on mana, but may be able to help him out. The stopwatch does go down. The Fevy Flame starts in the mid lane, but he will fall to Knowles and Penguins Mafia. Meanwhile, Crazy Brazy still trying to get away from Savage Garden and Dot Luminous, but I don't think he will be able to. I believe Dot Luminous will eventually pick this out, assuming that Knowles does not steal the kill. And now it's 400 gold. Wow, this game is really close for Joel's Harem, but it is 3-8 in their favor. My dog is hiding behind my desk.
It is 3-8 in the favor of Joe's Harem, but there is a 1 tower over 4 Brain Cells MIA, which means they're actually
gonna get on to Knowles here. Knowles does dodge the Decimate, but he does fall to the Noxian Guillotine once the 6 stacks do go down. Arcane going to be coming after Penguins Mafia here. Penguins Mafia does flash, but the chains of something. Ethereal chains.
There you go.
Chains of Corruption is the other one. I think that's Varus's. Some sort of chains do stop the advance of Arcane, and he will have to leave. Now, one thing I do want to ask you here, before we get too much into the action, is we do see Arcane went for phase shift, phase rush.
There you go.
As his keystone. Is that something that we would normally see from Darius?
Darius doesn't really have anything better to go. He can get that off pretty well, especially with his passive, and so he just gets extra movement speed. It's something that Darius does desperately need as that laner, but oh god.
Oh, here comes the 3-man gank on to Savage Garden. He is going to be able to try and get out with Stand By Me. The ultimate from Fevy Flames is going to pick him up. The last hit of it does hit Hello Jin. Hello Jin getting awfully low, but not going to be able to be killed there. But a nice gank by Fevy.
And it sounds like you're getting ganked by your dog, while Dot Luminous is getting whacked on by Arcane. And Arcane has some really massive wave clear here with that Q. Oh, the passive coming up.
Arcane misses the apprehend. He is not going to be able to chase down Dot Luminous, and that's exactly what you were talking about. As the blue team does take down that Mountain Drake, but it looks like Joe's Harem is going to respond with a Rift Herald. Arcane going to be looking if he can do something, sees he can't, it's going to back off. But yeah, we did see there, Arcane does need that movement speed, otherwise he will just get kited even by Dot Luminous. Now Arcane in a 2v1 versus Knowles and Dot Luminous. Arcane going to fall to Knowles. Knowles is now 6-2 with 40 farm over his contemporary on the other team's jungle. This Master Yi is really starting to get scary.
Yeah, this Master Yi got really fed really quickly after that botch dive in the top lane. I feel like this would have been a completely different game if they hadn't have failed that. Honestly, if Arcane had just backed up that long time ago and let Crazy Brazy die for trying to go in too far, then would have been a lot better than it is now. But that is now a 6-0 Master Yi who just immediately pops the Rift Herald mid lane, seeing that his laner is pushing to the tower, making sure that he can try and get that tower or get a lot of damage on it at the very least. I don't know if I would have used it in that situation myself, because it's just
it's just gonna splat.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna bug splat on the tower. That's about it.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, they're trying to push down this bot tower as well. They aren't going to be able to get it, but they will be able to pick up Bartholomew Cow, despite Bartholomew's heal going off here. But that lane will reset, but it is a tower in dire need of assistance here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Brain Cells MIA trying to group up for a mid push. They want to try and pick up that brick gold before this bot tower does fall. Sad Christmas going to do everything they can. They are going to pick up that first blood tower, so this bot tower will not be first blood. Very well played by Brain Cells MIA there. Make sure they do not lose that first tower gold.
First tower went down the top lane.
Oh, did it? Oh, wow. Nice. And then they got mid tower as well.
Yep.
I'm an idiot, but they still got it.
Yep, they defended that bot lane tower very, very well. It's good on them, trying to give as little gold over as possible. But that does just mean that the gold is even. That is 2 tower kills to 0 tower kills, with 1 very low. And it's this Fed Yi that's making, God, my brain just stopped working. The Master Yi is the one making this gold difference very large. He's like 50 CS, 55, 60 almost CS over his lane opponent, or his opposing thing.
All right,
going in.
Crazy going in here on the entire night team, throwing out the cat. That's going to be final hour popped as well as the ultimate from Xerath. Looks like the next target is going to be Luminous. The rest of his team did manage to escape, minus Hello Jin. The dredge line does not connect. RK93 just too slow to get off the crippling blow, but Savage Garden does walk too close. Crazy able to pick him up. Now Master Scout Timo Knowles is going to fall to Bartholomew Cow, following a very nice flash over the wall there. That's going to be a 3-for-0 in favor of Team Brain Cells MIA. They're coming back.
Good job on Brain Cells MIA there, but Noel using the Alpha Strike to try and dodge the damage from Crazy Brazy just was not worth it, friend. You didn't need to go in there. You didn't need to try and get a kill because you were going to die if you did. You should have just left Savage Garden to die.
Oh, so what is the name of Xerath's also? Right of the Arcane.
There you go. There you go. You play League of Legends.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've actually played Xerath. You know, Arcane going to be looking to get on to Luminous. Luminous going pretty ham here, but he's going to escape with a cleverly placed blast cone. Thank you, Riot. Heavy Flames going to try and duel Penguins Mafia here. The barrier does get popped. Crazy Daisy is here. The flash does go down, and Penguins Mafia does escape. That's going to be a barrier for Flash. That's going to be worth it for Heavy Flames.
This wave clear coming up from Arcane, especially on those caster menus, is absolutely insane, and it's a lot crazier than I thought it would be. There was a solid 20 caster menus that he just absolutely decimated, and
decimated.
All 3 of these outer towers are very, very low on the side of Brain Cells MIA, and I feel like if those go down, they're going to start losing this game quickly, because that means a lot of gold that is standing on the map will go into the hands of Joe's Harem, and they can't let that happen. They can't let these towers go down, but this bottom one is going down right now.
Yeah, right now, Master Scout Timo, he is going to end up falling despite the use of Highlander. The blue team says there can be only 3, and they are us.
Yeah, I don't know why Noel decided to Alpha Strike on the minion there. There was no reason for him to try and do that.
Crazy going in on to Penguins Mafia. Penguins Mafia does going to escape using the W. That is going to be a Gunblade proc there. The cats do come out. Hello Jin going in there, followed by Sad Christmas. Penguins Mafia locked down here, but Sad Christmas, he is going to fall now. Bit of an overcommit there, and a teleport happened.
Accidental teleport, I'm guessing. Yeah, Sad Christmas is kind of just going in to make sure that his team survives. Bartholomew Cow trying to greed for this tower. Not sure if he's going to get it. He does get it. Likely going to die for it, though.
He is actually going to be able to pick up Luminous here if he plays this correctly. The Subjugate is not available. Just one auto attack.
Oh man.
Heartbreaking.
If he had popped that,
to be able to get up there.
If he had popped that final hour even a second earlier and gotten that extra little bit of AD, then he would have gotten that kill easy. But
Brain Cells MIA, seeing that Nolts is up in the top lane, they are going to pick up this second Mountain Drake. That's going to help them a lot. They're already 4 towers to 1. This is something that they're doing very, very well looking at these objectives. Papa coming in, Crazy Brazy. He's definitely the main engager here. He's been doing a lot of really nice engagements. Penguins Mafia is going to need the W out of here despite the apprehend missing from Arcane. Yeesh.
Yeah, there is a banner of command on Luminance though, so we'll see how he uses that efficiently to try and get these towers down in each lane. And we'll have to see if he actually manages to do that, but the The Xerath is seem to be a really good turning point here, but oh no, getting caught again.
Yeah, no getting caught here. He is going to try and highland his way out, but he is deep in the enemy jungle. I do not know if he's going to be able to get out here. Crazy Brazy is going to catch him, but Spectator Cam does not want us to look at this. Crazy Brazy cannot 1v1 him. That's why Fevy is here. Will Fevy be able to get the kill before Crazy Brazy falls? The meditate does go down.
Oh no, the red buff.
And the trade kill. Good on Knowles there to be able to pick up that kill despite being so far down. The glacial fissure does go down, kind of not really accomplishing a whole lot there. Glacial rift, glacial fissure. Yeah, it's fissure. Yeah. Man, I know these names, but they're like, it's all these descriptive words that keep throwing me off. Is it a rift? Is it a fissure? Or is it a ravine?
It's a thing that is glacial.
Yeah.
So within the last few minutes, what happened that shouldn't have happened is happening. The outer turrets are falling from Team Brain Cells MIA here, and that's exactly what they don't want to see. They're trying to defend this mid lane really hard, but they can't be losing this gold that was standing on the map. It's not like they lose gold for it, but they're trying to protect that, so to deny that free gold for Joe's Harem, but those do go down. It's a pretty good split push plays from Joe's Harem there. You saw Node going to the top lane, getting that tower, and then a while back you saw Hello Jin and Savage Garden going down to the bot lane to grab that tower. Bartholomew Cow, though, I want to point out, he's had some good showing on this Vayne, a lot of damage out on him, and hopefully he gets to that late game. Oh no,
Penguin Mafia going in really ballsy here. That is going to be an Alpha Strike Highlander from Knowles. He's going to be able to pick up Bartholomew. Sad Christmas also going to fall. No, he's going to flash out. Savage Garden instead going to be the one that falls here. So both supports are now down. That's going to be Penguin's Mafia getting very, very low. Knowles does end up picking the kill. It's now Crazy Brazy alone because Arcane is pushing in the bot lane. This is actually, I believe this is the right decision for Arcane to make here. He's trying to force pressure off this mid lane. All three in the mid lane are low. Crazy Brazy can deny this for a very long time. Not long enough to stay alive, but that does kill the minion wave, so they do not have the minions here to help them push. That Luminous would have to tank the tower. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Arcane is able to pick up an inner tower here.
Yeah, Noel does have lifesteal. He went Blade of the Ruined King first main item there, so he has lifesteal and he has a way to sustain himself through these fights, so they do lose that inner tower for it. That is quite an advantage for them. They are now slightly ahead in the Goldie, but this is still an extremely, extremely close game. Arcane kind of walking around in a place he shouldn't be, but he's not going to get punished for it. He is going to be a very big split push threat. I do think he does need to build a banner next item, just because it helps him split push even more. It'll be a nice big minion threat for him. Aside from just being able to do a lot of damage to towers, he does have the 2 mountain drakes, which help him push down towers even better. But maybe, just maybe, we'll see a banner coming out next from him.
And the next dragon that's going to be coming up is another mountain. So if Team Brain Cells MAI can pick up this, it's going to go very, very well for them. Because they already have such strong objective control in the early game. Keeping a timer on that dragon, picking up that 3rd mountain drake will make them almost unstoppable in tower pushes. They don't have a lot of siege, though. They've got a little bit with Crazy Brazy and Fevy Flames, but they're mostly going to be using Arcane as a split pusher, and then try and win the 4v5 using Bartholomew Cow's strength as a hyper carry to their advantage, considering he is 50 farm up and about 2,000 gold. That Banner of Command minion looking pretty strong right now.
Telling you, man, it's so good. Look at it. Look at it. Look how big he is.
He's not doing much damage to Arcane, though. Arcane very strong right now. Got the Dead Man's Plates protecting him. Crazy Brazy, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Crazy Brazy here going to engage. He is going to throw down the kittens. Bartholomew Cow coming around the side, but he is alone. He's going to need to run away here. He's not going to be able to escape, though. The Highlander does pick him up. They are going to go for the Baron buff. This is exactly what you do not want to have happen. Baron is such a huge objective on this patch. Arcane is going to back off, though. He is not going to go for that inhibitor because he does not have a big enough minion wave to pick it up. Oh, almost picking it up. Fevy Flames with the ultimate there. entire team does manage to get the Baron buff and get back, though. It's going to be this is a big power play moment for Team Joe's Harem.
And this is even scarier because a Baron empowered, Banner of Command empowered Siege Minion is an absolute monster to towers, especially with Tristana. They do have a Cannon Minion in the mid lane, and they do have Banner of Command coming up in a few seconds. My advice would be to not actually stay in the mid lane right now, because that makes the minions faster, and they want to slow that lane down to try and get the banner up sooner. There is the dragon up right now. They want to grab this so that there aren't 3 mountain dragons for Team Brain Cells MA, but Crazy Brazy is there to potentially steal it. He is 3 levels down. Oh my god, I didn't look at that until now. From Knowles Yi. I do want to mention that Master Yi has most of his team's kills. 11 out of the 19 kills are on him. There's only a handful on the other ones. Arcane on the side, though.
Arcane, he's just trying to distract them here. Now, this is a big team fight. The Glacial Fissure does go down. Arcane does fall because Hello Jin has a free, basically, hitting spree on the enemy's team with that rapid-fire static shift combo. That's a free dragon right there. There's nothing Team Brain Cells MAI can do about this. Very well played engaged. Penguins Mafia gonna teleport up to the top lane here. Debbie trying to do what he can. Sad Christmas almost caught out here. Does manage to escape.
Very smart to teleport up there when they just got the Mountain Dragon and they have a Baron buff. That is a big wave top lane, and he's very likely going to be able to get that tower. Now, there was a couple extra kills going down to the side of Joe's Harem, and I don't know,
oh,
man.
Look at that Baron powered
Look at him.
minion.
Just watch this. Just watch this. Bloop. And there's one hit, and there's another hit. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is just a crime against nature. Knowles trying to get away here, but he is going to end up falling. Going a bit ham here. Dot Luminous going to be the next one to fall. Bartholomew Cow now on the opposite side. Savage Garden getting awfully low here. Oh, the triple kill coming out for Bartholomew Cow. Is he going to be able to pick up
Penta?
Penguins? He does have that passive that will help. His ultimate is down.
No.
Oh, that was a problem. But Crazy Brazy does follow with the long-range twisted advance. The rest of his team is going to follow up, but everyone walks away. Team Joe's Harem does pick up the inhibitor, but that's going to be the Baron buff timing out relatively soon here.
So about that Bartholomew Cow, you don't want to be going that far, especially when you're walking into minions, and it's going to be harder for you to attack, especially when LeBlanc had all of her abilities back up. She can just one-cycle you and you just die. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that was close. That was good. That was really hyphy, but not quite what we were looking for there.
Yeah, I almost wonder if, given the team comp that's coming in here, maybe an Edge of Night would work well for this vein, because Bartholomew Kyle is the only real source of DPS on the team. Everyone else is more or less burst, so I wonder if picking up an Edge of Night just so they can survive that one more hit would be a good idea, or if they would go for a Guardian Angel instead.
I think Bartholomew County needs to go for a little bit of lifesteal, if I'm honest. He has no way to regen himself in lane, and he's up against 2 tanks and a Yi that does have a good amount of HP. So getting that Blade of the Ruin King will be really good for him. That'll mean that he doesn't just one-shot the carries, he also just melts the tanks.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. And Blade of the Ruin King always synergizing very, very well with Vayne's kit. It's basically tailor-made for Vayne. Death Brush coming out here. Nothing going to come of it, though.
Yep. And still, only one person in this game has a banner of command. Dot Luminance, the only one looking at the meta right now. The only one who looks at patch notes, and he does have that banner-empowered minion in the bot lane.
Yeah, let's see how well this minion does without the Baron buff. Arcane going to come down to try and answer this. Dot Luminance going to just try and dance around the tower here. Pick it up before that minion goes down. Arcane just going to force him away. Pillar makes sure he does not fall, though. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, they're pushing up that tower. They want to get a second inhibitor happening.
They do. They want to get this. They want to force this, knowing that Arcane is in the bot lane and still in the bot lane. He's having to deal with this wave down here. And Arcane does not have teleport. That's really impactful at this point, because Arcane cannot join the fight as nearly as easily as Luminance can, either just by walking or teleporting in. So he has to be really on top of his rotations. He has to be the one to set up slow pushes and get these wins. Oh, getting Luminance over the wall.
Yeah, that was a good
no.
apprehend there. He is going to need to flash to get out of there, but he does end up surviving. Does not even need to use Subjugate there. Meanwhile, Crazy Brazy going in. Not going to be able to pick up something. Locket does pop there, followed by the Cats. What exactly is the name of that? Nature's Grasp. Okay, didn't know that one. Penguins Mafia going to end up getting caught here, but gets away. Sad Christmas going to catch him again, but still very slippery. LeBlanc. Sad Christmas now going. Bartholomew does pick up Knowles, but Sad Christmas does go down. Bartholomew, Cal, why are you sitting in melee range? But he does end up picking up 3 kills there before going down to Hello Jin. Hello Jin does end up getting out. Now, Jot Luminous in a 2v1 versus Crazy Brazy and Febby Flames. Hello Jin sticking around, but Hello Jin is a very, very low. One stray skill shot could kill him. Febby trying to go back to pick up these minions. Crazy Brazy going to fall here to Hello Jin. It's now 2v1. Could they end the game here?
I don't think they can.
12 seconds to stat quit. Christmas is up.
I don't think they can end the game, but they can absolutely get the tower at the minimum, maybe get the inhib if they want to risk it. Hello Jin does have fleet footwork, so he's able to stay a lot longer because of that. But I'm not sure he wants to stay. Yeah, no, he's just going to let...
does.
Luminance wants to get that. He's not going to be able to get it. I want to point out that earlier on, Luminance pillared himself in, so that's a thing. And that's why he had to burn Flash earlier, but he does have the banner command up. He might pop it on a mini here just to distract. It doesn't look like he did that. But Bartholomew Cow going a little bit too ham there. He doesn't even sell his Doran's Blade for anything. He has 3,000 gold in pocket. Why aren't you buying anything with that, Bartholomew Cow? That is an absolutely large amount of gold that you can sell your stupid little Doran's Blade for the Blade of the Ruin King and be fine.
He just did that.
He just did that. I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay.
You take over.
All right. Something fell over. It was a controller. Now it looks like Joe's Harem is going for that Baron buff again. This is most likely going to be completely uncontested. Blue team does not even realize that it's being taken. If they do, they are sacrificing it to maybe posture around this Elder Drake. They're very, very slow about it. I think that red team can get to that Elder Drake in time to maybe force a team fight, and this team fight would go in their favor here.
It would. This would be a one team fight for them, and they could win the game off of it. Although Elder Dragon is gone. Vayne just melts that.
Elder Dragon is gone now.
That's a 2-dragon Elder buff with the buff to Elder Dragon of itself. They have 8 seconds to recall. This is another Baron empowered cannon minion here. It's going to take out this inhib very quickly. If it even gets there before.
This is do or die here. This is going to be the last team fight. If they can't win this with Elder Drake, they're not going to be able to ever win. Apprehend does hit Knowles. Knowles is going to Highlander out of there. It's going to be a running team fight here as Team Joe's Harem tries to get out of here. They do end up being able to escape just barely, but the other team is in hot pursuit. Yomu's hit by Arcane. The pillar does go down. That actually... I'm not sure who that saved, but it certainly saved someone.
Yeah, it might have saved Arcane there, because it looks like he wanted to go in, but he looks like he's going in here. Bro, you don't want this. Stop. Just stop for a minute. Just stop. Just chill. Everyone just calm down for a moment. I get it. You want to fight. This is League of Legends. You want to kill the enemy so you can do the things, but you can do the things without having to kill the enemy. They are going to get this mid tower. They do have 2 mountains with a Baron buff, or an Elder Dragon buff on top of that, so it's like they have 3 or 4, I think now it is.
Something like that.
The Elder Dragon buff got increased 100% of your buffs instead of 50%. So that is essentially 4 Mountain Drakes they have in their pocket. Imagine if they had gotten that last one. Oh my god. That would have been some spicy objective damage.
That would have been 6.5 Mountain Drakes, judging by the increase that the tooltip's telling me.
EA tooltips. Anyway, so oh my god, this is a very close game still. We are 37 minutes in, and we are only with a 4,000 gold lead. There isn't much in the way of that lead here, but the team fight potential from both these teams is absolutely massive.
Yeah. Now the real problem here is that this Elder Drake buff is going to time out very, very soon. It's actually almost gone already. Both the Baron buff is going to actually outlast the Elder Dragon buff, as is tradition,
Just barely though.
but not by very long. So this is going to reset the game.
Baron did fall about 10 seconds before Elder Dragon, so Baron won't last a whole lot longer. They do have one more Baron empowered cannon minion in the bot lane though. Just watch this. Look at this. Blop, flop. That is so much damage. Oh my god.
Yeah, Tristana plus Baron empowered banner command minion. It's just like, goodbye tower. They just need a Ziggs. That's what they need.
That's
Give
all.
me a Ziggs, yo.
Get us a Ziggs, get us a Tristana, get us a Baron empowered cannon minion, and and the enemy team doesn't have towers anymore. That's how that works.
Here's the thought. How about a Ziggs support, Tristana ADC, and both of them build banner of command?
But why not just put Ziggs in the mid lane and have a tank support?
Well, because then you can just push down the enemy team's bot lane tower super quick.
I mean, that's true, but the Ziggs can also roam. That's how it should work anyway. Baron has now expired, though, so they are going to push and try and get this in. Luminance flexing his troll muscles to try and grab this. They do get a good amount of damage on it. The Nature's Grass coming out.
Arcane going to pop the Yomus. Highlander going to get Knowles out of there. Knowles deciding if he wants to go back in, decides better of it. Good job. Penguin Mafia going to hit a chains on to Febby, but the Zanyas does prevent it.
This is one of those.
It's just going to be kind of a posturing fight here.
This is one of those moments where it feels like Brain Cells MI doesn't know how to play against LeBlanc. LeBlanc was really far in, and they weren't ready for her when she dashed back because she absolutely had to. They didn't take advantage of that. They just let her kind of do what she wanted. Oh, but she's going to get stunned up.
Yeah, apprehend just a little bit short range. Good pick there, but Crazy Brazy going in. He does not have his ultimate, but it looks like the entire team's going to fall, and Crazy Brazy is going to fall. Savage Garden is going to fall as well. 1-for-1 so far. Hello, Jin. Going to fall to the Noxian Guillotine. This is starting to fall apart here for Team Joe's Harem, but they do still have Knowles on the sidelines here, deciding whether he wants to go in. He's not. That is a teleport coming in from Luminance. My controller fell over yet again. He's going to try and get this inhibitor. He's going to try and pick it up while Bevy gets him off there. Arcane is coming in as well. It's followed by Bartholomew Cal. This is the end of Luminous.
Yeah, so that will spell the end of the troll, and it will eventually spell the end of this cannon minion. The real question I have for you, Can, is why are you casting with a controller?
I'm not actually yet casting with the controller. It's just sitting next to me and it keeps falling over because I don't have very much space on my desk.
I know, friend. I am just messing with you. Anyway, we have Baron coming up in a minute and a half. Elder Dragon coming up later than that. And oh, what?
Whatever.
What? Riot? What? That hit him.
Tasty spaghetti.
Spaghetti code OP. Anyway, so we see here. I do want to mention that this Master Yi hasn't gotten a kill in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He
Master Yi for you.
He was like 11-2 or 11-3, and now he's 11-7. Ooh, boy, that's rough. That is the roughest game for Master Yi I've seen. You just get CC'd at this point. He doesn't have enough resistances to be able to survive, and not enough damage to be able to one-shot at this point. It's rough for him. This is a rough time to be a Master Yi player.
Yeah, if you look at Master Yi's win rate, he does very, very well. Well, he does very poorly in the early game. Then at about 25 minutes, he starts to pick up. And then once you hit the 40-minute mark, he's just gone off the face of the planet. Unless he gets so far ahead. Because once everyone is at 6 items, just about everyone is better than he is. Because he stops scaling, but everyone else can just continue to do other things besides just crap out damage, which is all he really has going for him.
Yeah, he's full build right now. He's done. This is his final form. What you see is what you get at this point. And almost everyone else in the game still has an item to build, a full item to build, other than Bartholomew Cow. Bartholomew Cow is full build. Luminance getting attacked though. Oh, it gets stunned.
Very nice condemn there. Makes him fall. The red team looking to come in here, but Crazy Brazy is here. The Nature's Grass going to come out. Knowles is going to fall here. The CC, like we were just talking about, Glacial Rift does come down, but it is not going to save Savage Garden. Bevy going to be throwing out these Arcane Comets from the right of the Arcane. Looks like Baron buff is now in the hands of Brain Cells MIA.
I hope
Mafia
so.
does have teleport up, though, but there is no minions to teleport in the opposing base, so he will not be able to pick up a cheeky inhibitor there.
They do have Double Mountain Drake and a Vayne. That's gone. Oh god, that was fast. So,
yes.
Brain Cells MBA picks up the Baron for the first time this game. They're going to try and push these waves. They do not have a Banner of Command, which is disappointing to me. But they do get the Vayne with the Baron buff. They're going to send a Crazy Brazy bot lane to try and 1-3-1 this.
That was some damage. That was one auto attack on the Penguins Mafia. Meanwhile, the gold is almost dead even here. Less than 500 gold between these two teams.
Yeah, they do get the tower, though. They are going to back up a bit while their respective laners are pushing. They back up to get the Elder Dragon. That's what they're doing right now. That's a good call. They can burn through this so quickly if Bartholomew Cow is there. And it looks like he's going to grab the blue on the way.
Yeah, this is a problem. Like,
just watch how fast Vayne burns through this. Holy cow. That is...
Ghost Harem will obviously know they're taking it, but they cannot do anything about it. So they're just trying to defend their base. Now with Elder Dragon and Baron, who's going to pick up a Banner of Command? Like, come on, guys. No one.
No one is picking up a Banner of Command. It's slightly disappointing to me as a caster. I like seeing the meta continue in these games, but no Banner of Command on the blue side, one on the red side. That's it. That's all there is, and it's not looking good for red side. I do want to mention, though, that Bartholomew Cow is 430 CS, where he doesn't need any more items. He has nothing else to buy. He's full build. He needs to be giving that over.
Flame Horizon is
oh yeah, for sure.
The opponent laner here. In fact, we're getting close to a two more Flame Horizons, both in the top and the mid lane. Arcane and Febby are almost Flame Horizoning their opponents as well.
They are just going to brute force this mid inhibitor down. Arcane looking to go in.
Derek's Gage going to keep Arcane alive there. He's very, very tall right now.
He's a big boy right now. Gonna hit this tower a little bit. Oh no.
He's going to end up falling here. The Apprehend does end up going off, though. Crazy Brazy going to throw out the Nature's Grass, but Bartholomew Cow going to take down Knowles in a 1v1. Dot Luminance going to fall now as Sad Christmas just barely gets out. The Rite of the Arcane does come out and do some damage onto Hello Jin, ensuring he does go down as well. Savage Garden will fall again, and that's Team Brain Cells MIA in 45, almost 46 minutes on the dot. 46 minutes on the dot, taking that first game. Holy crap! That was a long game and a double explosion for some reason because, you know, spectator client doesn't need to be fixed ever.
No, right, doesn't care about spectator client. But yes, that is very, very good by Brain Cells MIA to sustain that game, push through it, come out on top, getting those Elder Dragons, really showing the power of that in that last fight. That just recently got buffed in this patch. It does basically double damage the second time you take it. So, holy cow, that was good.
Yeah, and we just look here. I'm looking at the ADC here at Bartholomew Cow's Vayne. He actually managed to pick up total damage to champion 53,000, which compared to the enemy team, the first and second place total damage dealt are on the blue team. Like, the Tristan ended up doing 31,000. So Bartholomew Cow basically taking over this game once we reached about that 30-minute mark. Absolutely massive amounts of damage. Exactly 10,000 exact true damage to champions with that silver bolt done. Amazing amounts of damage coming out from this Vayne here.
Yep, that was a very good game by Bartholomew Cow. I 100% guarantee Vayne is banned in the next game, though.
I definitely agree there. One thing I want to point out, though, is that the Control Wars was actually very much in favor of the red team. A lot more Control Wards coming out there. So it's interesting to see that they did end up purchasing a lot more wards, but for whatever reason, as the game went on, they just could not control their jungle, even though they had the vision to do so. So it's interesting to see they definitely knew what was going on, but they were not able to continuously hold on to it. They just could not keep that game in their hands.
Yep, exactly. But we'll see how they fare in game two. We want to send it over there, Can?
Yeah, we're going to send it over to game two. We're going to take a little break, listen to some funky music, and we're going to be back for game two. I really do think this is going to be a slug as opposed to a sprint here. It's got to be tough for Team Joe's Harem to come back from this. So let's see how mentally resilient they are coming into game two. We'll be back in just a bit. I missed the mute button. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 of our best of 3 finals of the Bronze Silver League of the Learning Fives of the world. So, we're here. I'm here. I'm Can Opener Dude. I'm joined by Penguin God. We are casting this game between Team Brain Cells MIA and Team Joe's Harem. I believe they actually switched sides now, so it should be actually Team Joe's Harem versus Team Brain Cells MIA. And we do see that Vein Band has indeed come through.
Yeah, the Vane band was the first to come through. They also have the Zaya band, and the next band that come out we'll see is the Janna band. Um, and for the red side, the first three bands are going to be Malzahar, Jin, and wouldn't you know it, the Warwick.
Yeah, just pulling out the power. Looks like the Joe's Harem is hitting that bot lane, whereas the Brain Cells MIA trying to balance which lanes they're trying to hit here in this first round. We do see Nautilus versus Maokai in the top lane this time. Both of those champions switching lanes here with the Volibear bringing it up in the jungle. This is pretty interesting draft adaptation, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, the Maokai was the jungler on the blue side last game, and now he's moved to the top lane. The Nautilus was the blue side support last game, and he's moved to the red side top lane, which is really cool to me. That Nautilus can be flexed in such a way. But the Mumu jungle, now this is something that I'm really interested in to see if Noel can play this as well. Because, if I'm honest, it's my main, so we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're seeing why these certain champions are being picked up here, why the Syndra and the Lux are coming out, because the LeBlanc is off the table, and so is the Darius. Braum has been banned out too, so we'll most likely see a different support. Well, obviously, we will see a different support for Savage Garden as well. So some really nice adaptations in the band phase, at least. Banning out the Cogmal to make sure that no hyper carries get through, but Bartholomew Cal just says, okay, and picks up Twitch.
Yep, he grabs that Twitch, one last hyper carry for him. Tristana is picked up for Hello Jin. Kind of sad I didn't play Jin this series, but the Tarek picked up as well. So that is a solid bot lane, a lot safer than this Twitch brand lane. Now this is going to be an intense kill lane if they can get there, but I'm not sure they can get to that point where they can kill this Tristana Tarek. Now, Tarek doesn't really have a good way to escape, as well as Braum did. He doesn't have that jump to an ally, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes, because if Brand can melt through late game, this Maokai and Mumu, this could be a very quick game.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about with this bot lane right now is that Tarek does build armor. His entire kit revolves around armor. Obviously, he can build magic resist as well, but it's not his main thing. So Brand will be able to burn through him slightly easier than he would, say, a Galio.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something to watch there. So this dot lane is going to be a significant source of pressure for the enemy team. But I think the main thing to watch here is, well, actually, it's going to be the bot lane, because in the mid lane, it's going to be a pretty boring farm fest for the most of the part. Fevy picking up another long-range artillery-type champion in this Lux. Penguins Mafia picking up another incredibly balanced and well-counterplayed champion in Syndra.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can absolutely outplay an R that just says you take as much damage as I want you to take. It's great stuff,
Yeah.
but we're not here.
Yeah.
We're not here to judge Riot and their balancing tactics. We're here to play League of Legends, enjoy, and teach all of you how to be better at this game that we have no idea how to keep up with. Now, the best way to potentially play around Syndra and play around her massive damage on that ultimate ability is, in my opinion, to simply kill her. Death is the hardest CC that you can give, and if you can get on her with this Nautilus Volibear Twitch combo, they can just one-shot her, and there's not a whole lot she can do, especially if Twitch is stealth.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very. It's going. The onus here is going to be on the red team, onside Brain Cells MIA, to kind of play around the Syndra, play around the Amumu, play around the Maokai, because there's a lot of these threats that just have very specific moments of power. The Amumu has that Bandage In ultimate. Maokai has the Nature's Grasp ultimate that just kind of drives at you. Tristana and Taric have a very distinct jump in and then do damage and then jump back out pattern. So it's very important for Brain Cells MAA to play around that, play to their strengths, play to this Twitch coming out of stealth, play to the brand just popping out of a bush and popping people. And the same thing with Nautilus and Volibear. Both of those champions are very, very good at surprising you, coming out of nowhere, CCing you, and killing you. So I think that's the main thing here is they want to play around these champions, kind of just hit and run almost, just kind of stay out of their opponent's positions of power and just try and keep the game from flowing into the enemy team's hands. They don't necessarily need to build up a tremendous lead. They don't need to take big team fights at first. They just need to keep the opponent from getting too far ahead, because as the game goes on, Braincell MIA's team is going to come alive much stronger than the opposing team will.
Yep, I agree. The Twitch brand, especially in the mid and late game, is going to be really impactful. Lux has a lot of one-shot potential, and she is running that cleanse, so she's going to be able to get herself out of there, especially with the stun. But we'll see how the players play this. This is Bronze Silver, so you never know.
You never know. So with that being said, with us never knowing, we're going to let rest of the spectator delay count down. We're going to listen to some more funky music, and we'll be in the game in just a few seconds for this game 2. We'll see whether Team Brain Cells MIA can sweep the series or whether Team Joe's Harem can bring it back 1-1 and make us stay up even later into the night. So we'll be back in just a minute. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are in game for game 2 between Team Joe's Harem and Team Brain Cells MIA. I again am Can Opener Dude. This again is Penguin God. And we are into this second game here now that Penguin has finished complaining about the spectator client.
To Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
They do play some ward down though. Sad Christmas and Crazy Brazy are here. It's going to be a twisted advance onto Dot Luminance. A flash from Crazy Brazy? Yes, Crazy Brazy does flash. So invade successful in my book.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, so Crazy Brazy does run the flash there. They look like they were staying around, but decided not to, so Crazy Brazy...
Yeah, he's going to start on that red side by the looks of it, then.
Yeah, he is. He is. That is a smart move. He wants to make sure that he doesn't die or get invaded again, so very smart by him.
Really nice leash here for Master Scout Teemo with that stun from Tarek. Makes it very easy to take this red buff. He actually is going to finish his red buff before Crazy Brazy does. Actually, no, he's not, because he decided to not smite it for some reason.
It's actually pretty good for. It's actually fairly easy for Amumu to not have to smite the red buff because he clears the Raptors quicker than any other champion. Now, I want to mention that Crazy Brazy here is going for an invade, grabbing the blue buff. This would be really smart by him if he goes from blue buff back around to his own red side jungle and grabs his own blue buff. Now that would be a very good invade by him, but Amumu is going to spot him out here.
Yeah, this is going to be very close here. I'm not sure which will be able to come out here. It looks like Crazy Brazy's trying to pick up the blue buff before Amumu can get it. He does end up picking it up, but here comes Dot Luminous and Arcane. That's going to be a flash by Dot Luminous. The Arcane Smash does come in, and the first blood does go over to Master Scout Teemo. Fevy is here now. Arcane trying to get onto the Amumu, but they both do flash, and Amumu does get out here. So it ends up being in favor of a blue team at Team's Joe's Harem.
Crazy Brazy didn't have that flash from earlier. You know, that time I mentioned that he's probably going to have it up before any useful interactions. Well, that was a meaningful interaction, so he didn't have
You
it up.
are wrong!
I guess humans are wrong, so imagine that. I'm a human. Anyway, Crazy Brazy did need that flash to get out. He also didn't have Smite. He ended up getting the blue buff, which was interesting, but he wasn't able to get out after that. So I also want to mention that there are dematerializes all over the map this time. There's Dot Luminance has one, Penguin's Mafia has one, and Fevy Flames has one. So this is a lot more of them, and hopefully they'll be impactful in the mid and late game when those banner commands come out. But we see this bot lane not having as much of an impact as you would think it would.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of hanging out and farming for the most part. So nothing really going down just yet. Probably waiting to make sure they can get that level 3 power spike before they really do much. Arcane showing dominance again. You may be playing a tank this time, but that does not mean he can't do damage.
Yeah, the AoE for Nautilus is really strong, especially with the Aftershock. He almost guarantees an Aftershock every time he lands CC. Every time he auto attacks, he just almost guarantees it because he just makes you stick around with him for a long time. So he ends up doing that extra damage almost every time he goes in. So it's really good for him to understand that, but he has to watch his mana because the mana costs for Nautilus are really, really high.
That actually is how he is supposed to be balanced around the fact that you can't really spam his abilities because they are so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Titan of the Depths is something, or that's what it's called, right? Titan's Wrath.
There you go.
Something that costs quite a bit of mana, but it is very, very efficient for what it does. A shield plus damage buff plus an auto attack reset. Very, very strong ability. It's what makes Nautilus stay in the meta even when he wouldn't normally be too strong.
Mm-hmm. You see here that Arcane is missing a lot of his, not really missing I should say, but canceling a lot of his autos on Dot Luminance. Not sure if he really wants to do anything. He does get the Aftershock proc that time, which is good. But man, this is going to be rough, and we're not seeing a lot of action in many other lanes, just a couple tanks whacking each other. So I guess this is what Directed Camera wants us to talk about.
Yeah, well, the tank meta is still alive, but it's no longer Ornn. So, I mean, there is that.
That is a good thing. We've seen Maokai have a resurgence in popularity lately, which is good. And I wanted to mention that Dot Luminance is a couple CS ahead. It is going to be generally equal. It's just like a handful. It's not a big deal. The only lane that really has any sort of okay lead is mid lane, where there's just like 5 for Penguins Mafia, but he's fairly low on mana, where Febby doesn't really have much. Stun almost landing onto Bartholomew Cow. Not quite, though. These lanes are really even. The only gold lead that's in this game is because of that one kill.
Yeah, that one kill is pretty much the only thing that's happened. Both teams playing much safer here. Crazy Brazy trying to go in for a gank here. This is not warded, so we'll have to see. Dot Lunas does go a bit forward. That is going to be the flip, followed by the roar. Arcane does pick up a kill, so a nice return kill evens up the goal.
Taking a couple steps too far on that Maokai. Very simple kill going over there by Crazy Brazy. Just flip, knockback, and kill. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for him.
Yeah, and with the change to Volibear's E, he is just so much more powerful now. Plus, the rest of his kit was buffed as well. So Volibear, very, very strong champion right now, which is actually... he was very strong before. It's just no one ever played him because he wasn't particularly, in the meta per se, despite being a very strong champion. But now, with the changes to him, he's basically become one of the premier top laners. And we see him in the jungle, but top lane is where you're going to see him most of the time.
Well, personally, I've seen him mostly in the jungle, just because he has that very easy way to gank with that Q. But the changes to his kit were primarily to make him feel more impactful to play. His E didn't feel like he really needed to even use it at all.
Yeah.
As is a small fear on minions, it was inconsequential. And so having a slight knockback on it made it so that you actually felt like you were doing something, and it felt good to play, so that people were actually playing it. And just the slight tune-up on the champion made it so that he's actually something people can play without feeling like they're entirely reliant on the Q or the execute damage from the W. So that's interesting to see new champions coming in. Well, okay, I shouldn't say new champions because Volibear and Amumu are both some of the oldest champions in the game, but anyway.
Literally.
Yeah.
Amumu was actually, the first champion that was a complete design, I think?
I don't think so. I think that was Annie.
Yeah, he was one of the first 16 released, I do know that.
Yeah, he was among the first cohort.
And here comes Knowles coming in to try and get on Arcane. Arcane is going to flash, followed by Dredge Line. The bandage toss does hit, followed by the Nature's Grasp. That will root him, but he does break line of sight, but it should not be enough. The ultimate does come out from Knowles as well. Knowles will pick up that kill. He is now 2-0 on this move.
That is 2 ults for an ult and a flash. I would say that's worth for both sides. They both, I know that sounds weird to say, but they both have a reason to get what they got out of this. And, ooh, Fevy doing a lot of damage here. Oh my god.
Yeah, Fevy having the presence of mind to continue to fight that despite getting hit with a lot of damage from Penguins Mafia. Very, very good presence of mind there.
No, what? Oh, no, he gets it.
It still hits it. That was an excellently timed and buffered flash Q. Knew exactly how to play that. Very well done to Fevy.
Solid by Fevy. That was. I don't know if that was luck or intentional, but holy cow, that looked really cool.
Yeah, we'll say it was intentional. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
He threw out his light binding out. I just said out like 4 times in a row. He threw out his light binding before the knockback from Penguins Mafia, and he flashed as well. Like, oh my god, that was so good. And he ended up getting the kill. I am thoroughly impressed by Fevy in this game, getting a kill for his team. Oh, Crazy Brazy looking like he's gonna do something.
Nice dodge onto the stun. Does end up needing to pop the Tarek ultimate. Probably doesn't 100% need to, but does end up doing it. Now Crazy Brazy is getting hit on by Knowles here. He's going to need to flash out because Penguins Mafia has shown up as well. Fevy's not really having a presence in this fight, couldn't really come down. Did not have the lane priority despite having secured the kill because I believe they did go back and pick up that lost chapter.
No, he had the lost chapter before he went back to pick up the blasting one.
Oh, he has a blasting one?
No, sorry, you're talking about Fevy. My brain, NA brain lag. Anyway,
Uh,
Fevy had the lost chapter, but he picked up the magic resist boots. That's
Alright.
what I'm going for. That's
all right, Merc
that's
Shreds. Kind of a weird choice here.
So I will give him the benefit of the doubt here because it is going to reduce a lot of damage from Syndra. It is going to reduce the slow and the stun from Syndra, so it allows him to just be more mobile and be able to do his damage while resisting the damage from Syndra. So I can respect this. You don't really need the pen against that team, considering the only people you care about killing are the Syndra and the Tristana. You're going to be one-shotting those people anyway, so you don't need that extra little bit of magic pen. You don't really need the cooldown boost because you end up getting 40% CDR anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So getting the magic resist boots for the lane and for the late game is going to be really impactful. It'll also help later for Dot Luminance's CC as well. So
And Knowles as well. There is a lot of CC. Tarek as well. Savage Garden's Tarek does have that stun as well. There's a lot of CC on the blue team here. So Merc Treads for both the mid laner and the top laner right now. I do expect to see it coming out for Crazy Brazy as well. He may go Tabi, but I would suggest not, considering there's only 180 threat on the team.
yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, and the cleanse does come out at the perfect time. That is going to be a kill picked up for Fethy, but the ultimate unleashed power does come out. That incredible amount of outplay there. Master Scout Timo going to escape here. Oh yeah, he could have just stuck around and gotten that because he still has his passive.
Yep, and I think he popped it there. So he very easily could have gotten that kill.
Yeah, probably a misplay there. Probably just didn't want to risk it. In any case, it's a 1-for-1 trade. It actually goes in. Ooh, that's going to be a pickup by Sad Christmas. So very much in favor of Team Brain Cells MIA. There, good roam there by Sad Christmas to pick up that kill with the Ley Brand.
Yep, that is a very good kill by Brand. Brand getting the kills really early isn't that bad, actually, because he wants to be doing damage. He doesn't just want to be a CC bot or a whatever bot. He wants to be able to do the damage and melt through, just like his AD carry wants to be doing, so I can respect that.
Bartholomew Cal and Hello Jin fighting out here. Ooh. Both of them going to be burning the ultimates. That actually is going to benefit Bartholomew Cal more because his ultimate is on a slightly shorter cooldown, but overall, more or less just an even trade.
Yep, that is a relatively even trade. It's like a whole 15 seconds.
Crazy Brazy going up into the top lane. Ooh. Oh, that is going to be a suboptimal flip there. They are going to go ahead and dive, though. Both of these champions are very tanky. So Dot Luminance still going to die to this gank, almost certainly. Arcane having to flash out. Oh, he's actually going to be able to fend off the gank. Really well done by Dot Luminance there. Wow. Well done.
Yeah, that was a premature dive. They don't really have the damage to be able to kill him. So just able to heal up, get a lot of resistance under his tower, and just call it good from there.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out here, Crazy Brazy still does not even have level 1 boots, which is a real problem here. He actually did buy Cirque Pen boots and then switch them out for for Merc Treads, because I think he wanted the blue boots, but not those blue boots. So he's going to go ahead and buy the Merc Treads there, as we said earlier. That will help him a lot because that move speed is so incredibly important because it actually stacks multiplicatively with your Q.
Yep.
So that's going to help him a whole lot with his ganks. I'm surprised he didn't at least pick up level 1 earlier.
Yep, I do agree. But anyway, the Bartholomew Cow doesn't have tier 1 boots because he decided to go straight for the Blade of the Ruin King. This is an interesting thing to me because usually you want to get at least tier 1 boots to have any movement speed, but he does have that with his Q, so it's good. It's good. I respect it. He wants that, and he's probably going to get a... He understands he needs to be shredding the tanks, whereas Fevy is going to be shredding the carries, so he knows why he's building this, and he understands the impact that he's going to have in this game. Sad Christmas is just building things. and that's all that he needs to do. He just needs AP. Oh, teleport coming in.
That's going to be from Dot Luminance. Dot Luminance is here in the bot lane. Kind of a wasted teleport now. He's going to flash on to Sad Christmas here, but Sad Christmas going to get a very nice ultimate off. He is going to end up falling. The damage does end up coming in. The Cosmic Radiance does end up saving almost everyone's life, but now it's a full-blown team fight. Savage Garden getting very low as Crazy Brazy goes in. That's going to be a proc passive, but that will not do anything. Febby does end up picking Savage Garden. It's now a 2-for-1 in favor of the blue team. Now the fight is continuing. That is going to be Febby going down. Master Scout Timo will fall to the poison, but now Bartholomew Cow is going to fall as well. That's 2. He's going to be able to pick up Penguin's Mafia as well. That's a triple kill. He is caught under the tower, though. This will be him going down, and it ends up being a 4-4-5.
It ended up being a 4-5.
Because Sad Christmas has responded now. Bear does throw out a LOL in the chat.
That was
a fun fight down there.
That was what we call a clown fiesta in the bot lane. This is why I stopped playing bot lane, because you're just trying to have a good little 2v2, you're just trying to farm up an AD carry, you're just chilling, and then suddenly all 10 players are in the bot lane, you're having to defend yourself and everyone else, and you don't know what's going on, and suddenly you don't get a kill, you get like 1 kill and a couple of assists, and the enemy carry gets like 4 kills, and then you just lose the game, because they just happen to get the last hit on kills where you couldn't get it, so... That's just how it works sometimes, and we'll see here if Bartholomew Cow can use those 3 kills that he got effectively. He did do the got the goot, the tier 2 boots, and the zeal. That is going to be a very big power spike for him. He had very low attack speed that fight, so holy cow, that was really good. Good pickup for him.
He's invisible right now. He's looking to maybe do something sneaky beaky. He's got them in a good position. Oh, and he actually manages to, yeah.
I will point out, though, that he went lethal tempo instead of fleet footwork, so he's not going to be able to sustain in fights other than the Blade of the Ruin King. He's not going to get that extra movement speed from the lethal tempo, but he is going to get a lot of attack speed. Oh,
here comes Crazy Brazy back into the top lane. That is going to be pushing Dot Luminous back just slightly. They're going to
do no damage
again, but they still do no damage.
Nothing changed from last time to this time. They still have no damage. They still don't have any way to kill Dot Luminance, so I don't see why Crazy Brazy is ganking this lane over and over again. I don't think he realizes.
Well, they did burn the ultimate there, so that means the next team fight might not have that available. That would be useful.
No, what are you doing,
Oh
Bartholomew?
no, Bartholomew Cal is here. He does not have his flash up. He does end up falling, and Sad Christmas will fall as well. That's a kill over to Hello Jin and 1 over to Knowles. That's putting Hello Jin back on the board.
That is. I don't know why they were up that far into the lane. There was no reason for them to be so close to the mid part of that lane, especially when they knew that their top laner was, or their jungler was just top, so the other jungler was going to want to come bot side. There was no reason to be there. Crazy Brazy is going to have to be there to defend this tower, hopefully. We'll see if he can defend it a little bit, and he does. He gets there before it gets destroyed, which is good. Dot Luminance and Arcane are absolutely never going to kill each other in this lane. That's just how it's going to work from this point on. Dot Luminance has MR, Arcane has armor, and MR. Like there's nothing that's going to happen in this game. I don't see why they even like pretend to hit each other.
Yeah, they just sustain through all of these things. Like, technically speaking, Dot Luminance, if they just continue to whack each other, eventually Dot Luminance would end up winning this because he has more health, and because of his passive, he will have more sustain in a prolonged team fight. But it would take so long for that to happen. The entire team could do a lap around the map and come up and still make the top lane before that fight ended.
Oh yeah, like there's no way that these two end up killing each other within a decent amount of time. You also have to remember though that Arcane built a Sunfire Cape, so he's going to be dealing a good bit of damage when anyone's close to him. So, but Dot Luminance can just kind of heal through that. Eventually he'll be able to get through it, but man, this is going to be rough either way.
They're trying. They're really trying.
Look at him.
Dot Luminance is sitting in a minion wave, so he is going to take extra damage here. But
trying.
There goes the passive, and now they're back into the same health. The dragon was picked up here by Team Brainzills MMA, showing again the focus on objectives, which is very important in these low elo games. You want to try and get these objectives. Then they're still whacking at each other, and there's nothing else happening, so we're going to continue to watch it. And Luminous healed again, and Arcane got a shield again, and now Knowles is here, so the fun's over.
Alright, he's just gonna burn ult, walk away, gets to the tower, nice job.
Yeah,
and there we go.
The thing froze for me. Spectator client. Also, I really like that Lux skin. I said that earlier, but holy crap, that's a fun looking skin.
It's a good skin. I like it a lot. But anyway, Arcane not dying because he's tanky and just is able to get out. Easy game, easy life. I don't know what else to say about this game. Oh, other than he's about to die. Oh, never mind.
Now, the stun does last just long enough for Fevy to not go in there. Also, the Banshee's Veil on Penguins Mafia, while the shield was down, it did mean that he maintained enough health that Fevy did not feel confident in one-shotting him.
Yeah, Penguins Mafia did build that Banshee's Veil first item so that he had some way to defend himself from the one-shot of Fevy. But that means he's just going to have not nearly as much damage as he could if he had gone an AP item. But that being said, he would do no damage if he died, so I can respect it.
Yeah. Now, one thing I want to ask here is, where's the spooky ghosts?
I haven't seen it a whole lot.
Master Scout, Timo, Knowles going in here on Fevy Flames. He does realize, though, that Crazy Brazy is behind him. He's going to have to use the ultimate. The teleport's coming in from Luminance, so everyone's just going to back away. The teleport was actually canceled by Arcane. Well done there by Arcane.
Yep, easy enough for Arcane to stop the back. Just one Q, it makes it really easy. You see there the effect that these tanks are having on this game just means it gets stalled out forever.
Yeah.
Lanes are going on. This is 20 minutes now, and not a single turret has fallen. Nothing's gonna happen in the top lane. Likely not gonna happen in the bot lane because of Taric. Like nothing happening in the mid lane because they built MR. Nothing happening anywhere. I don't know how this game breaks. I just don't get it.
I'd like to point out that 22 minutes ago I was talking to the team that I was understudying for, and I said, this second game is either going to be really quick or really long. There's no in-between here, and I think I was right in saying that, because there's really is no in-between here. This game is going to last for at least another 10, maybe 20 minthere
Yeah,
there's just nothing that's happening right now.
We're still in laning phase at 22 minutes into the game. There's just nothing to comment on at this point. But I guess we can talk about how to break this stalemate here. For Joe's Harem, the stalemate is broken by getting that bot lane and rotating their bot lane to the top lane. Pretty simple. They need to push that in. Oh no, here's a way to break it.
A flash there by Crazy Brazy. Penguins Mafia trying to do something. Crazy Brazy will end up surviving. That's going to be a flash for just an ultimate on Penguins Mafia. They're not really necessarily a good trade, but it does take some kill pressure off of Fevy, so he doesn't necessarily need to worry about dying there. Now,
I mean, I guess that was something that Crazy Breezy could do there. I guess he was just getting impatient like we all are, but oh man.
That's not how you break the stalemate here. What you really need to do is you need to focus on one of these side lanes.
Yep.
One of these side lanes needs to change, because this top lane, it's boring.
Yeah, and the top lane isn't going to change.
Tank lane. And there's that first turret going, so hopefully we'll get some action here.
Fine. Maybe something will change.
Maybe.
I hope to God.
They're posturing around Dragon now, but there is no Dragon up, and there won't be a Dragon up for at least another 2 minutes. Thank you, Spectator Client, for actually doing something right for once.
Yes.
Up, and the Fevy going to have to cleanse and flash out of there. He's going to shield himself and end up dying to Hello Jin. A good rotation there by the bot lane. This is exactly what we're talking about. Things actually happening now. Now the bot lane from the red team's coming in, but they want us to watch top lane where nothing is going to happen. Here we go. Nice ultimate coming out from Bartholomew Cow. That's going to be Penguins Mafia going down to the burn from Brand. Luminance now taking some nice clean damage from Bartholomew Cow. Bartholomew Cow picking up a kill in return. Very nice there. Arcane gonna get out alive like we expected.
The team fight 808 damage from Bartholomew Cow and Sad Christmas on the Brand and the Twitch. That's just so massive. The enemy team can't really stand up to it very well. Crazy Rays looks like he wanted to go in, but they just have to get the flanks going properly. It looks like they're going to try and get this tower, but I'm not sure they'll be able to because Switch didn't go immediately to the tower. The stun coming out on Crazy Brazy, though.
Yeah, nothing gonna really come out there. So we do see that they're starting to break this siege here, both teams. starting to move into team fighting stages. Now, we did talk a little bit. I want to ask again because I'm very invested in this question. Where is the Spooky Ghosts?
Oh, so spooky ghosts are generally when you have a comp that has like a mage support that wants to do sustained picks. So this brand doesn't really want to do that. He just wants to get the one pick. It does make it very easy for him to do it. So he might build it this game, but a lot of people also forget that that's even an item anymore. It just
Because
recently
it wasn't for the longest time.
It wasn't.
It literally just came in last patch.
Yeah. People forget that, and that's okay. I can respect it. I can understand. But I miss my spooky ghosts, and that means a lot to me. That right added it back. That's part of the reason I didn't mind going AP supports, because I could get spooky ghosts on the support passive on the support items, and it was still fine. But they were gone for a good bit, and now it's back on an item all by itself, and now you can catch people easier, and it's so fun because it makes skill shots easier to land, and I'm bad at landing skill shots, so it helps a lot.
I feel like it'd be an interesting item to run on Vaegir because race car Vaegir has always been kind of on the side. So I would like to see how that works there. Get rush a Ludens and then go into Spooky Ghost, run at them, throw out that cage. It'll be fun stuff. That's going to be a really fast Volibear, but it's Tarek, anti-fun.
Yep.
Nothing will happen.
Puts a stun in a line AoE, so nothing happens. Yeah, I want to see Spooky Ghosts here. I want to see the players getting innovative with their builds and their picks. I think Spooky Ghosts on Volibear would actually be amazing because he goes fast and they go slow, so he could just catch them easily, and that would be absolutely wonderful. Honestly, Spooky Ghosts on anyone in this game would be funny and amazing, and it would actually has a logistical reason for being
Legitimate, there. Yeah. I would enjoy it. I doubt anyone's going to build it, though. I do like the new Morella Lamacon art as well. I just noticed that. That's a pretty cool-looking book now. I thought it was something else. Crazy Brazy getting caught out here. He's going to end up not falling because his passive is very strong. Bartholomew Cal trying to do damage. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful ultimate there by Febby. That's going to be a one team fight for Team Brain Cells. I mean, Crazy Brazy going back in. He's going to run away, though.
That's an ace.
Low. That's an ace. That is a clean 5-for-0 ace for the red team. Well done. They're going to get a free Baron.
They're going to get a Baron and a tower. The death timers are fairly low, but that doesn't mean anything when your entire team is dead. They don't care about wars. They don't care about anything. Joe's Harem is just going to have to watch this Baron fall down.
Yeah, that was really well done there. That beautiful ult from Fevy, and Bartholomew holding his ultimate for just the right moment, waiting for them to line up, and then BAM! It was all over in an instant. Plus, you had the damage coming out from Sad Christmas with the brand. Oh, it was beautiful. That was exactly the kind of team fight this team wanted.
That was exactly what you wanted to see. The AoE from the 3 carries, because the support is now a carry with the way this works. That's just absolutely melting the enemy team. There's no way that they could have stood up to that. They could have maybe got a pick, but they decided to try and kill Crazy Brazy, but his passive and the shield from Febby saved his life. He was able to survive that way, and all the damage that Joe's Harem put onto him was in vain. They tried to get that kill really badly. Oh, Crazy Brazy, no. You want to give that over to Bartholomew Cow, buddy. Come on, man.
Come on.
Anyway, so that was so good.
No banner of commands coming out yet, though.
No, not yet. This game is still fairly close, so neither team wants to try and get that push going. But man, this is still a pretty close game, and it is still winnable for Joe's Harem. But we'll have to see how it works in the later stages of this game. Here, Arcane gonna try and get this tower, gonna get rotated on here, but Crazy Brazy's here. Does show himself. I don't know if I don't think they saw. I don't think Hellogen and Savage Gardens saw that that Crazy Brazy was there. They see him now because he's on the minions, but they are gonna try and get this tower. I don't know if they can get it.
Yeah, they will be able to pick up this tower for sure. They do have. I do want to point out Crazy Brazy now has the Dead Man's Plate as well. He is super fast. I do think that he should pick up Spooky Ghost, though. I think
that would be perfect. That would be someone message this guy. Someone message Crazy Brazy. Tell him to build Spooky Ghosts next, and win the game that way. I'm gonna count this as not a win if he doesn't build Spooky Ghosts. That's how I'm gonna do this.
And that's a Cloud Drake. even
Oh,
more
even
speed.
better. See, I have the
And Cloud
power.
Drake is actually good now
I have the
because you have the power.
I
You
have the
do.
power to DQ them a game if they don't build spooky ghosts.
Ah, crap! It hasn't gone in yet. On the PBE, there's a change to Cloud Drake where it's now just flat movement speed, not out of
Yes,
combat movement speed.
that is on the PPE,
And that's
not
massively
live.
powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see if that does go through.
Oh no,
Because I've always been a fan of Cloud Drake.
another tank fight.
Yeah, as
Nothing
Twitch chat
happened.
will tell you, controversial dragon opinions has always been my bit. So I would be interested to see Cloud Drake actually become good again.
Cloud Drake has always been fairly good. It was just the out of combat movement speed part that did it, and I'm not sure that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is that Cloud Drake was always good. It was just the least good.
Maybe an engage happening here.
Yeah, that's going to be
That's
the
gonna be
goal's getting completely obliterated here. That damage
Going
from
in again?
Brand is crazy. Trying to go in, can't really find the pick that he wants. Bartholomew was there waiting for it, but not really anything. Fair bit of wave clear on blue side here, so I don't know if they'll be able to pick up this tower. Crazy
Oh my
Brazy
God.
going to hit them up. Oh, Savage Garden just able to survive. Now Bartholomew Cow is going to fall because he went a little too ham. But here comes Arcane, but he's immediately stunned up. He might not be able to make it out of here himself. He does dredge line onto a destroyed tower. He's going to be able to walk away there a bit too ham. 2 for 1 in favor of the blue team, Joe's Harem.
That was 2-1 favor for Team Joe's Harem. They do lose their jungler, and they do lose the tower for that. Or no, they didn't lose the tower for that. My bad. They do lose their jungler, but they don't lose a whole lot for it. I would say that's favorable for them because they're still behind this game. That puts them a little bit less behind, but getting the kill on Bartholomew Cow meant that they had less AoE, and they also the clutch ult from Savage Garden meant that Sad Christmas couldn't burn down the rest of their team. So that was very well played by Savage Garden there in particular, because he was able to stop the damage coming through to kill, I think it was Penguin's Mafia.
And himself even. Savage Garden was also very, very low in
Yes.
that. But the ultimate did end up saving him. A very, very strong ultimate is Terex. Whew.
Okay, now,
Alright,
now
well-
we get a break for a minute because that was intense.
That was very intense. It is still a 5,000 gold lead for Team Brain Cells MIA, but that doesn't mean anything because we saw last game Joe's Harem was, well, they weren't ahead in gold, but they were ahead, and it didn't work out well for them. So we'll see whether Brain Cells MIA is better at holding on to a lead or not. We'll have to see how this progresses as the game goes on. Both teams just kind of trying to farm up a little bit, figure out what's going on here, just try and reset and get ready for the next big objective, which will be Baron spawning in a minute and a half.
Yeah, that is a minute and a half on the Baron. A ways out for the next dragon. Oh,
Crazy
Crazy
Brazy, what are you doing? Oh no, he is definitely going to die there, but that is 3 ultimates used, 2 ultimates used to pick him up. So those won't be available in the next team fight, but neither will Crazy Brazy. Maybe. Oh, Bartholomew Cow! Oh my goodness!
They're just throwing no re.
Yeah, Sad Christmas trying to do something here. Master Scout Timo, Noel's getting very, very deep into this. Oh, Bartholomew Cow. That was just unlucky, though. That was just a very, very clutch stun there. He was a little bit far forward, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a mistake. Oh, and there goes Hello Jin. Fevy Flames getting the snipe with the ultimate. That's a good turnaround there. That does help ameliorate the fight a little bit.
So that was like a 1 for 2. That was extended, but I don't know, man. That was you didn't need to be where you were, Bartholomew Cow. You didn't need to be where you were, Crazy Brazy. You're pushing a little bit too hard. You are in the lead, but not by that far. So I am looking at the items here, and there is going to be a banner for both Arcane and Dot Luminance. They are having different parts of it each. The only one who has a dematerializer in this game left is Dot Luminance, though. So he'll be able to kill those banner minions from afar and be able to sustain himself through those fights. But the Baron is now up. All 10 members are alive and on the map. Arcane does not have teleport where Dot Luminance does, and that is a big contention point, knowing that Dot Luminance can join the fight from afar where Arcane cannot. But Bartholomew Cow is invisible, no longer invisible, does clear out wards.
And they are clearing out the wards here. That's going to be very important for them to try and hold as much of this vision as they can.
That's a lot of healing.
Yeah, indeed it is.
Welcome to Tarek.
I hate this champion so much. Anyway.
So
he used to be so good, and then they decided to rework him and make him annoying.
Oh.
Crazy Brazy trying
So
to go
fast.
in here. The stun does block him slightly. And that's going to be a very nice ultimate, but the ultimate does come down from the Tarek as well. Now the entire team is invulnerable for a second. Sad Christmas getting awfully low. People are dying left and right. Febby Flame has picked up the first kill, though. Now we see that Bartholomew Cow is getting very, very low. Is he going to be able to survive? Yes, he is. That's going to be a 3-for-0 now. They did not manage to pick up any of them, despite all of Team Brain Cells MIA getting very, very low, and that will be Baron picked up. Well played there.
And that right there was...
sure how they didn't get any kills there.
Bartholomew Cow has Blade of the Ruin King and a Phantom Dancer, that's how.
Yes, we'll go with that.
And Febby also has a Zonia's Hourglass. And
I
so
do want to point out there that Sad Christmas actually did manage to hold his own, I believe, against Dot Luminance. He was able to basically just stand
Null.
back.
It was
It
Null.
was what?
Null, is who he was fighting.
Okay, Knowles. Yeah, well, he was able to hold his own there, which is very, very important that he was able to do that.
Oh,
Crazy
no.
Brazy, being a Crazy Brazen champion, going right in there onto the Hello Jin.
This might be
picking
over.
him up. Yeah, this might be the end of the game here. They do have a wave with a cannon minion. Hello Jin is down for 42. They're
They decide
deciding
not
to
to.
play it safe. That is the wrong decision. I'm going to call it right now. Wrong decision.
It's the safer play, because they aren't all at full health. Oh my god, Crazy Brazy, what are you doing?
Crazy Brazy, you're being too crazily brazen.
They are going to grab this Elder, though. They aren't going to take it nearly as fast as they took it last game, but they still will be able to take it really fast.
I do want to point out, Master Scout Team Up Knowles is here. He can 50-50
Oh my
this, and he does! That is the turnaround they needed. He does sacrifice his life for it, but that is all he needed to do. He just single-handedly brought his team, or saved his team, from a very ignoble defeat here. The team fight's starting to progress, but now Dot Luminance is invulnerable. He probably will still fall down. Maybe.
It was all an elaborate bait to get them closer.
Oh, yeah, well, Bartholomew, he's still good, and they actually are going to be able to pick up 4 kills here. Hello Jin, the only one left alive, and Arcane is going to be able to zone him out. This is going to be the end of the game. It's 13 seconds until Knowles is up. That is the end of the game. It was a clever ruse. They picked up the Elder Dragon, but it didn't matter. So much damage from Bartholomew, and Febby seals the game. It's a clean 2-0 in favor of Brain Cells MIA. They might not have brain cells, but they certainly have fingers, and they won this game. GG.
GG, well played from Brain Cells MIA. They are now your Learning 5s, Bronze and Silver champions for this session. But from what I hear, we have a word from our program director, Reese. He'd like to say a few words before we close out the stream.
Hi, can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you just fine.
Awesome. First off, great casts on the day. Some pretty fiesta games, I'd say, but it was fun to watch. I just want to take this time to just kind of go over some final messages and some important dates for future sessions. The first thing I like to do is read this little message I got from a student who has actually played in this match that you guys were watching. And I'm going to read this message on stream because I think it really kind of sums up Learning 5s really well. A big thank you for my team and I for the chance to participate and experience an awesome learning experience. Learning Fives is a League of Legends community-based program that revolves around focusing on the fundamental core values of building each other up, teamwork, and improvement. I want to just thank the community here for the friendliness that everyone has shown from me, from my team, my coach, the casters, my coordinator, and essentially all the staff who took part of making this program possible. From a student's perspective of Learning Fives, I like to say that I feel like this program has been very encouraging and helpful as a player. I definitely say that there's been some major growth and improvements made in my personal take on the game, and it's safe to say that it's due to the fantastic opportunity of this program that's been given to me. I used to think that kills were all that mattered to win games. However, now that I've been given a new light on knowledge that it isn't just kills that matters, but it's also objectives, vision, and ultimately teamwork. To all my fellow League of Legends players, I highly recommend to take part in this program because it will be an experience that you will never forget. First of all, thank you for those kind words. It really means a lot to me and really all the staff here at Learning Fives. I wanted to read this because I think it really kind of shows what Learning Fives is all about. While you did just watch the tournament, Learning Fives is really all about those first 5 weeks of playing with your team and improving and making friends. Winning the tournament is definitely something you can brag about, but really what really mattered is improving individually as a player and meeting friends along the way. So I would like to take this time to thank everybody for signing up for this session of Learning Fives, all the students, all of the coaches, and thank you for all the hardworking staff members that made it possible. I'd like now to inform everybody the next sign-up date will be March 22nd, which I believe is that is a Thursday. If you're interested in signing up as a student or a coach or an understudy, the sign-up forms will be found on our Discord server, and we will be sure to ping everybody when those are available. One additional thing that's going to be happening before then, we'll be having another Rise of the Summoners event. More information about that will be available within the next week. The date for Rise of the Summoners will be the weekend of March 17th. So it'll be the 17th and 18th. More information, like I said, will be available this week. So that's really all I got. Congratulations to 49 Chromosomes, Team Morning Bacon, and Brain Cells MIA for winning their tournament. So once again, thank you very much. It's been a great tournament. It's been fun to watch. And thanks to the casters. And I'll leave it to the casters now to go ahead and close things out.
Thanks, Reese. All right, Ken, you want to close this out, buddy?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and close it out indeed. I just want to thank everyone. Reese, thank you for coming in and stealing all our glory at the end of the cast. But thank you, Penguin God, for casting with me. Everyone, give a nice Bible thump for Niberia's power because, it decided it didn't want to work today. But thank you all for watching so much. I always enjoy casting here for Learning Fives. And I'm not sure what my plans will be in the future. I'm not even sure if I will be able to be casting next season, but you guys have always been one of the greatest communities I've ever been a part of. So thank you all so much. And thank you all for watching. And I hope you all have a wonderful couple of weeks until Rise of the Summoners starts. So with that, this is Can Opener Jude and Penguin God signing off for the end of the Learning Fives tournament. Have a good night, everyone.
Alright, just so you know, Reese, I can play music for about a minute or two, so go ahead and mute your mic. Or leave if you want to, it's up to you. I just play music so that there's like something as a buffer at the end of the video for Brian. Nah, you're good.